Okay, so today's video is going to be something a little bit different from what I usually do. A lot of my videos are live commentaries and they're very heavily edited, and honestly even my commentary videos take a long time to make too. I do a lot of cinematics and little edits and stuff, but today I'm not even using a script. I'm just going to go in raw, as they say, and just discuss some of the latest changes to Destiny and talk about the main thing, Stasis.
No, wait, I'm begging you!
Okay.
So whether you can believe it or not, I think it's been like 6 months since Stasis came out, and at first it was like one of those things where, yeah, it's really overpowered and it really irritates me and I want to maybe smash my head against some sort of, you know, like a piece of metal or something every time I die to it. But hey, you know, I get kills with it too. It's all in good fun. Let's embrace the fun side of Destiny, and that's kind of what I felt, especially as someone who does videos where there's a lot of like edits where I can take advantage of dumb situations. But now I've just kind of reached the point where, yeah, this shit, it's definitely really annoying. I think I saw a tweet from Ari or a Triple Wreck where he said it's essentially the equivalent of playing a driving game, and then your enemy hits you with an ability that doesn't allow you to use the steering wheel. Because there are abilities in games that are very strong and good players can take advantage of them, but this is one of those things where if you get hit by it, you're going to die. Because across the course of like a play session, you run into really good players and not so great players, and honestly both of them seem to be able to use Stasis to the same level, right? Like it doesn't seem like there's that much of a skill difference in how people use it. You throw the thing on the ground, it tracks them, they freeze, your nearby teammates freeze, and then you all die. And the solution that I've kind of been thinking of, it actually seems quite simple. It might be hard to implement from Bungie's end because I know their game, at least from what I've heard, seems to be like a very tangled, like technically, as far as like the platform it's on and I don't really know all the technical terms. All I know is that developing Destiny, from what I've heard, is very difficult. But if they could make it so that you don't freeze people, you just slow them. Because if we remember, like, slowing is no gimmick. Like, slowing is not bad. If you get slowed, it is almost equally as hard to kill someone. Slowing is kind of like a suppression grenade, except for it honestly makes it even easier to kill the person that's slowed. Like, whenever I use that ability that allows me to freeze people when I use my class ability, like dodging as a hunter, pretty much every single time, especially when I'm using like an SMG, if I dodge and that person gets slowed, it's almost always a free kill. Like, slowing is a big deal, and I think if they changed everything from freezing to just slowing, it would still allow Stasis to remain as a thing in PvP, and it would still be useful. It just wouldn't make you want to rip your hair out. And the thing that kind of sparked this video is obviously everyone already dislikes Stasis, and they said, hey Bungie, this thing is really irritating, can we get it changed, can we, you know, maybe scale it back a bit? And I believe they nerfed some of the supers and stuff, and then it seems like they kind of just flipped right around, and then the new aspects or fragments or whatever it's called that came out with the new season, especially the hunter one, are just like really broken, and they get Stasis and just make it even better than it was. And the weird thing as far as these fragments go is that, like, okay, as the perspective of someone who barely gets to play, and I don't even have any fragments on my account, so whenever I play Stasis, which is not often, I don't have any of the extra stuff. And honestly, that subclass with none of the fragments, none of the extra stuff is not that good. It's mainly they just want to add all this cool stuff to the fragments, and it ends up making it a bit overpowered. So maybe scale back on the fragments, make them not as good in PvP, or turn all of the freezing to slowing or something like that, because we were able to take it for a while, but I feel like the PvP community has reached a point where they're just like, they are just done. I don't know. The main reason I wanted to make this video is I saw it trending everywhere on Twitter where everyone has just reached their limit with Stasis, and I wanted to use my platform to kind of push that out there and hopefully, you know, get more people involved in the discussion. And I also wanted to turn this into a little bit of a two-parter video. So it might be a little bit more easy to tell because I haven't been uploading as much, but it's just gotten hard to sit down and want to make videos recently. Part of that is Destiny. Destiny is not currently super fun as far as PvP goes. But on top of that, ever since I came back to YouTube like 18 months ago or so, I have pretty much been making the same sort of videos, but I've progressively gotten better at doing it. And the fun part for me was learning new editing techniques, getting better at editing, doing new things. And that made it really exciting. I would edit like 10, 12, 14 hours a day, and it was no problem. Like, I genuinely really enjoyed it. At one point in time, when I was editing 12 hours a day, I considered that to be the best time period of my life, where I was most happy. But I've kind of reached my limit with what I can do editing wise with gaming videos. Now, I feel like I could probably go a little bit beyond if I swapped from Vegas to like After Effects and Premiere. But the thing is After Effects and Premiere is quite slow, and doing anything more complicated than what I'm already doing is going to take so long, to the point where it won't really be worth it for my channel, because I'll be taking so long just to upload a single video, if that makes sense. So I feel as if I'm stuck. Now, I don't know if that's going to go away if I try making videos for a different sort of game, or adding variety in here and there to give myself little breaks. What I found for myself when I was doing like the Rainbow Six video and the Enlisted video is that it does feel a little, you know, a little fresh and new at first, but by the time I'm halfway through the video, it feels as if I'm just doing the same exact stuff all over again. And I feel like, you know, most people would just say to power through it, which would make sense for most like manual labor or something that is more about getting a task done. But for videos, it's more like a creative thing. And when you do something creative while you simultaneously don't really feel like doing it, the creative work ends up being bad. And that's what I feel like what's happening. Maybe I'm insane. Maybe you guys still think my videos are great. If you could let me know, that would still make me feel great, because it honestly feels like my videos are getting worse. But that's just kind of the phenomenon I'm experiencing. It's like when I'm not as excited about the creative work, I'm not as engaged. And then when I'm not as engaged, it just ends up being flat out worse. So that's enough droning on and on. I guess the point of me saying this would be that do you have any games you'd like to see me play in my current style, or branching out to other games, right? And on top of that, something that I do want to try is branching out styles as well. So you might not know the genre of the video that you would like for me to make, but if there's like a YouTuber that makes videos in a certain way, which you would define as a genre or whatever, and you think you want to see me try it, then go ahead and leave me a comment and link whatever YouTuber you're talking about. I just wanted to take this opportunity to reach out and see what people have been liking about my videos. What have you been disliking about my recent videos? And as well as taking some suggestions for future videos, if that makes sense. So that is it for the video. I am done. If you wanted to help support this video, which is a little bit of a different style, you can go ahead and click on the like button. If you don't want to miss a video, you can click on the bell. And thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys in my next video, which will be when I take on Iron Banner as someone who is like 1230 light level. That was a lot of fun, so hopefully I see you there. Bye-bye.